What's up, family? I'm Aten El Bay,
It's your girl, hot name change, just Danny.
and this is the Culture Effect Podcast where we bring you content from the culture that affects you. You dig? Today, we got a special guest host in the building. Y'all know her from the last episode. Phats Spirituality in the building. What's good with it?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all?
What's going
Nothing
on,
much.
Phats?
Thanks for having me back. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah. So check it out. Just Danny. Wow, why the name change? You gotta tell the people why you changed your name.
Look, y'all, because I'm doing a lot of things under just Danny. So when people hear us doing our podcast, or if I'm doing something that comes to what I'm doing on the side, everything is still going to come into play as just Danny. I have my LLC under just Danny. So everything is just coming into play. So I just want to make sure everything kind of commingles all together.
Branding. There you go.
All together.
Okay. So now we're gonna dive right into this episode. And this episode is about why do men cheat and why do women cheat. Okay, this is gonna be a good topic today, y'all. So we got a lot of good information, a lot of good opinions. You dig? So I'm gonna go ahead and let the lady start it off first, as I should. So we're gonna go straight to just Danny. Why do you think women cheat?
See, I was gonna say the men. Like, why do men cheat? All right.
Right?
Yeah. He didn't want me to answer that one yet.
No, because I was gonna answer that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
me
but we
being
all
the
gonna have our
only
own
male
opinions.
on the panel, huh?
No, we all have our own opinions on that though.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Go ahead though.
so why do women cheat? That's a good question. And see, it's like piggybacking at the same thing of why men do it. But look, at the end of the day, women cheat because they don't feel valued. They don't feel their worth in a relationship a lot of times. And I'm not saying all women are like that, but some women who do cheat, you can hear of, oh, he didn't love me how I wanted to be loved, or he didn't know my worth, or those things. So I think that comes into play of the why they start to venture out. I don't think it's per se really a needs thing. That's just me. I don't think it's, oh, because he's not having sex with me this way or that way or this. I think it's more of the foundation. If it's not there for her, she's going to venture out and find it. So that's my opinion.
Okay, I got a question for you though on that opinion. What if the foundation is there and she still cheats? What if he loves her? What if he loves her and do all that and she still cheats?
See, this is another thing. So let me go on that too. Another reason of see, that's the thing. His love compared to what she's used to may not be what she's used to. You get what I'm saying? So you can say, oh, this guy loves me, but that's not the kind of love that you used to. That's not like, and it's crazy is that a lot of women do base past relationships on the existing one. Like, okay, well, he loved me like this, so now he not loving me like this. So they're trying to find, little things that can equal out to the positives. That's how I look at it. That's how I see it. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not a cheater, so I can't say, but that's just my assumption on, of the why it happens that way. But, I don't know. It's
So
like if you're
hypothetically speaking, right? So hypothetically speaking,
yeah.
now the woman's getting the exact love that she wants, right? The love that he's showing her, she wants it. That's the love that she wants, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's getting everything financially, right? All of that combined, right? And she still happens to step out.
Okay, so then
What would be that
comes to how
scenario?
she was. So then that's gonna come into how she was raised. Because if you think about it. Say that me and my sisters, we're raised a certain way. Okay, so we're not cheaters. We do what we do as wives or girlfriends or whatever we're supposed to do. We was raised in a decent home. Okay, I'm just being honest. You have some women that don't know about love, of how they was raised. they're damaged goods. So they really don't have that foundation and never had that foundation to even know what love is. They probably dealt with men that's only abused them, talk crap to them, and all that stuff, didn't really do nothing for them. So now when they find that right one, they still think he's incorrect. Why? Because they're so used to dealing with the BS already. They're not used to what's supposed to be.
Right.
So you got a lot of women who go through those relationships, and then when they find a good man, they don't know what to do with them because they've never had it before. So then that's how they mess up the good one, and then they still result to the bad one.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, Phats, you got to get your opinion on it. Why do you think women cheat?
I can come up with two right off the top of my head. One would be lack of affection, and the other, and it kind of sums up everything that Denny was just low key saying, but a lack of self awareness or value in themselves, in my opinion. Um, with it being a lack of affection, like you said, like if a person's not treating her how she wants to be treated, or putting the energy into a person that they feel like they need, or they're just missing some of the things that she may feel like are important to her, since we all have different love languages or whatnot. She may feel like unappreciated, devalued in a sense. And then off of that one, me being spiritual, just a lack of self awareness, a lack of not knowing what it is that she may really want, how she is supposed to feel, or the contribution that she needs to her. The fact that shit, as a woman, can't nobody do your body like you. Yeah, we can't give ourselves head and shit like that, but you know how to play with your shit, and you can get yourself off, or there are different ways for you to go about doing certain things to the point where you shouldn't have to cheat. I feel like it's a thing of self worth when a person feels like they have to cheat. Um, but for the most part, like I said, lack of affection and lack of self awareness is for me what will make a woman cheat.
Okay. So I want to pose this question to both of y'all because I was reading this article online, and they were saying that one of the reasons women cheat is hypergamy, right? And hypergamy means the action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. So in layman terms, meaning that a woman will cheat on a man if he's not financially stable or educationally correct, right? So like she might have a guy that's at the crib, she love him, right? And he love her, but he just not providing for the family. Maybe he's down and out at the time, or he's just a loser, right? But a woman normally cheats when she can find somebody that could do better for her, whether that's enlighten her mentally or, as far as financially. What do y'all think about that?
I think that it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Why settle for a relationship that you are not happy with, whether it's financially, sexually, socially, educationally, or anything like that?
Well,
that makes sense to me.
You got some women that will. Okay, so I was in a marriage where I settled because I was married, and I tried my best to fight through everything we went through, and at the end it still didn't work. But yeah, sometimes you do things because you're married and you don't want to have to say, you know what, forget it, screw the marriage, it's been a year, and oh my God, it's just the worst thing, because marriage is never going to be easy with no relationship, no matter how imperfect two people are. It is what it is. You're always going to have flaws and things are going to happen, but that is the thing that some women do. Like, for me, I don't want to date nobody that's a loser at all. I really don't. If you're not even on my kind of level, I'm not gonna date you at all. But I don't understand why women do what they do. We can't even explain that, but some women do just say, screw it, I'm gonna date you. He may not even have it all. He may just look good from here, but financially ain't got it, ain't mobile. He gonna
Right.
be using her car and everything else that's gonna be popping off. But guess what? She's still tied to him because he got that little thug in him. You get what I'm saying? So some women do that,
Exactly.
and that's
So
crazy. I
that
don't understand it. I never will understand it. I don't date Bloods or Crips. I don't do all that stuff. But hey, they're attracted to it.
A lot of people grown, even us as adults don't even know what love really is. Let alone learning how to love somebody else when you don't know how to love yourself type shit. Women have I don't know, I guess I wouldn't say the downfall, but there was a different word that I was looking for. Our problem is falling in love with the potential of a motherfucker. We can see what we feel or see somebody to be in our mind before they actually get there. And we'll be like, oh yeah, I can put life into him. I can do this. I can support him. I can help him. I can elevate him. When you can see it, yeah, and us as women, we can see these things, but just because we see them don't mean that that's what it is. That person has to also be able to see what it is that you see. Or you gon' like on like y'all on two different frequencies, right? You up here
Right.
and he's down here, and you're trying to get him to come up here, but he ain't trying to come, so now he needs to pull you down to his level, and this is where she starts to become fucked up. And this is how you diminish your value of self-love and shit like that.
Right, and they're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So you be trying to
So
figure
you guys don't believe growing with the individual, like, he might, you know what I'm saying, have some hard times in his life. He might have been where you were or where you are, but he fell off, you know what I'm saying? And he trying to get back up there. And he might have the same mental capacity as you or a little higher to where he could teach you something and you can grow from him and so on and so forth. But he's not where he want to be at right now. Do you think that's a reason not to date a guy or to start a relationship?
No, I don't. Okay, so no. But guess what? This is the thing. We all want to see the potential in somebody, right? So yeah, if you got potential, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's try it out. Because I mean, if he got everything else there, but except some qualifications ain't really there, okay, yeah, we can try this. But guess what? If I'm in it a whole year and I ain't seen you really thrive for your best and get yourself to where you need to be, that's a problem for me. Because I'm already up there already. So if it's already coming up on a year and we're just still in the same boat, that's a problem. That means you're not really trying to grow in the situation. You're just trying to say, hey, my girl got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what some men will fall back on and say, you know what? She got it. She got the car. She got this or whatever. I'm straight. I ain't got to worry about it because boom, baby got it. But no, we don't want that. I want to grow. I want to build. And if you're not on that level of doing that, and I want to see, hey, the growth, like you trying to like, hey, babe, so where we going to be at in 2 years or 5 years or 6 months? What we going to do? What if you're not doing that, there's no point.
Right.
So what if at this point, what if y'all had this conversation and a year has passed, so y'all having this conversation and you ask where you're gonna be in 2 years, right? And in 2 years they can see themselves in a more elevated space. Would you accept that?
Yeah.
Or would you be like, no, that's too long,
No, because things
working towards that.
But that's working towards it. If he's working towards it, like if you're literally working towards it, not just sitting on your butt, smoking weed with the homies, going to drink at the bar all the time and doing all this other stuff, as long as you working towards the goal that we have put in place, that this is where we need to be, that's cool. If we say this is where we're going to be in 2 years, that's where we need to be in 2 years. Now, if something happens throughout the way and we have to fall back, then we fall back. We're not penalized for that. But if we fall back because you just not trying and you really not giving it your all, that's a problem because I'm always giving 100% of me. I don't need you to come off and give me 20%, 30% and think it's okay.
When it's supposed to be 100, 100. Do you hear me?
Thank you.
Not 80, 20, not 50, 40. I said 100 and 100.
Not 50, 50. Thank you.
Right.
100, 100.
Right, so,
I want you to go full force in like I'm going to go full force in so we can make sure this shit happens.
And at this point, right, I don't feel like man or woman. I don't feel like at this point a person should have the incentive to feel like they. Okay, let me ask before I even open my mouth. At this point, is it okay for a man or a woman to be cheating on the person who they're trying to elevate with?
From a male's perspective, right, I don't condone cheating in any kind of fashion, right? Like we were talking about it earlier, me and Phats, and we have to understand that evolution plays a part in it, right? So like when you're younger, you might make bad decisions, you might do things that you wouldn't normally do, as a grown, fully educated adult, right? And so I think a lot of people fall into that trap, and then it could become normalized, right? So if you continue to do it as a youngster, when you become older, you'll tend to do it as well, right? It becomes normalized. Now we're gonna go into why do men cheat, right? And so I'm gonna give my little three perspectives on why men cheat, okay? And the number one perspective, I believe, is variety, right? So variety is the spice of life, right? And like I was telling Phats, men are genetically designed different than women, right? Our DNA is a little bit different, right? And so in our minds, we're here to procreate. Like it's an animal instinct, right? We're here to procreate. So it's kind of hard for a male to turn down that scent. Like when he smelled that scent of the what do you call it, the yoni, right? When he smelled that scent of the yoni, it triggers some shit in his brain to say he has to procreate. This is science, right? But I think variety itself, meaning, you know, you don't want chocolate all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might want some strawberry. This is for men. I'm pretty sure some women are the same way, right? So I think one of the factors of male cheating is because of variety. You've been with a woman for so long, and then maybe she's getting a little older, and which leads to my second perspective, unfulfilled, right? Maybe she's getting a little older. She ain't as youthful as she used to be, and she ain't dropping like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? On Saturdays, Sundays, and Fridays like she used to. Maybe she's doing it on once a month. You get what I'm saying? And so the sex becomes boring, and so that allows him to go and venture off when he see these little young girls twerking on the videos or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Shaking and baking it. Then he like, yo, wifey don't do that no more. I remember she used to drop it, but now I needs her. You know what I'm saying? And so that might be a reason for a guy. You get what I'm saying? And then the third one is convenience, right? So convenience would be, you know, he's not going out there to look for nothing, right? But he got a single homeboy, so he might pull up on his single homeboy, and he chilling with a girl. She done brought her homegirl, and they over there talking, and the girl just sitting there. So he strikes up a conversation, and they connect, right? So convenience, right? Or he might have a coworker that he works with where he sees way more than his wife, right? And so they connect the bond. So every time he get into it with his wife, he come back and tell his coworker, and so now they done made a bond, and now they done got to a sexual relationship to where his female coworker don't want nothing but sex. So all she like, I know you married. I just want to make you happy. So all she gonna do is feed him that sex with no strings attached. So it's convenience. Like I don't gotta sneak around. All I gotta do is just go over here, you know, and then I don't have to switch up my schedule. We can go on lunch and go in the car and you serve me up or whatever. So the convenience of it, right, is another reason why men cheat. Now, I want to get y'all perspectives on what I just said about those three different ways of why a man would cheat. So variety, unfulfilled, and convenience.
I mean, so variety.
Yeah, you want something different.
Right, but then you shouldn't have got in a relationship if you wanted something different. You can date several people all day, and you can have white, you can have Hispanic, you can have whatever you want. But once you get into a relationship, you can't tell me it's about variety at that moment. Unfortunately for me, that's just like, you know what I mean? You either gonna just date your variety until you really find what you want, and then when you get into what you want, you can't say you cheating because of variety no more, because that's what you chose. So now what was the other two?
But I'm saying though, if I choose, if my mom takes me to, if I'm a kid, right, and my mom takes me to the game store and she buy me the Superman game, I'm tired of playing the motherfucking Superman game. After a couple months, I want to play the Batman game. So it's the same kind of thought process.
No. You're not a kid. But if you're going to be in
no, I'm just giving it as an example. We know we're not kids. I'm just giving it as an example. Or an adult goes to the ice cream store, like I said. The adult might have chocolate for a month. They tired of the chocolate. They want some vanilla now. So the variety of it.
Then you, in a relationship, to me, if it's variety, like, again, I can't, you know, balance that one out, because you chose what you chose. And let me present this. So if your woman got tired of having chocolate, can she go and get a scoop of vanilla and it be okay?
So you asking that in general, because I'm married. when I'm speaking about what men cheats, I'm speaking in general. So ladies, don't beat me up. Look, I'm talking about in
That's what
general.
she said in general.
Generally speaking, from a man's perspective, because
Oh, me
I know,
personally?
no,
Hell
from a
no.
man's perspective, just a man's
Hell
perspective,
no.
they're not gonna like it if their woman goes out and cheats on them because of
Hell no.
variety, right? And then
Hell
on top of
no.
that, the other one that you said was like unfulfilled. I might
Right.
be unfulfilled too, nigga, but I'm putting up with your shit. It ain't the size of the boat, but it's the motion in the ocean. Nigga, teach me what I don't know. And yeah, if I can't shake my ass no more because or I can't drop it. I can't drop it like it's hot because my knees bad. Show me how to twerk this shit. Show me how to do something different. Don't just give up on me. Don't just
But
give up
hold
on
on. Why can't the woman take it upon herself to try to learn something different?
me.
You get
She
what I'm saying?
can.
Why do I gotta
No,
teach you?
she
Did
can.
I didn't
She
teach you?
knows.
Hold on. Let me just say this. He didn't teach her what she learned to get him, right? He didn't teach her how to drop it like it was hot when they first started off. So why do he have to reinvent her?
She was
When
there
she
when
knows
her
she
knees
can't
went
drop it like
bad.
it's hot, then she should try to learn to do something different.
He was there when the knees went bad. And if you ain't, it's not you. If a man has not expressed like this is getting kind of boring. This is to men that he's maybe too scared to hurt a motherfucker feeling or something. But we all have to learn at some point to be true about our desires, to be true about the
Right.
shit that we want as adults.
Right.
Okay, this is why
Correct.
I disagree with cheating completely because as an adult, man or woman, I feel like if you're not satisfied, you should be able to communicate that. And if when you communicate it, you need to be able to try to find a solution. If a solution cannot be found, then we have to be adults and be like, okay, listen, and go into it. If your woman can understand that, then okay, cool, y'all good to go. But if not, then it's gonna be time to part ways, regardless of the time that
Mm-hmm.
y'all have been together or spent together. Like everybody deserves to be fulfilled in whatever aspect of life, whether it's sexually, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, all that shit. Um, and then you said, oh, convenience, and
Yeah.
I think you gave a bad example because you gonna say, he get into it with her wife, and the co-worker can listen to his problems and make him happy. Nigga, why you ain't talking to your wife? Why are you telling y'all business to the co-worker anyway? You said you did your failure. You said you
But
know
that's the
yourself
reality of it, though. But that's
Here.
the reality of it, even though it's not right. But that's the reality of it. This is what happens. I did my
So
research, and I'm not just bringing this up off the top of my head. I've done research, and these are the reasons why men cheat, right? And
that's
so they
perfectly
cheat
fine.
because of convenience.
all right.
I
So
get
here go.
that.
Here
I
go.
get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is the reality of it is that you should have talked to your woman about how you felt, and you shouldn't have went and had. You could have
Yeah,
instead of telling her how you felt when you went on lunch, you should have called your wife and be like, "Look, baby, I don't
I
feel right. This
agree.
make me feel some type of way. We can't
I
do this."
agree. I
So I'm gonna
agree.
say this one too.
Oh, I got another one for you. Go ahead, Danny.
So another one of the why women and men. So this is gonna be both of them because they both do the same thing. Ego. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. When you stop stroking that ego, that becomes a bigger problem. So if you ain't sitting there, so for women, if you're not sitting there saying, damn, baby, you look good. You smell good today, daddy. Whatever you want to call him, daddy, zaddy, honey, baby, whatever you want to call him. If you ain't making him feel appreciated and loved and way before he walk out that door, and you was doing it before, that's going to cause him to look other ways too. And that's the same thing for a woman. If you stop telling her she look fly, suited and booted, like, oh, okay, well, you ain't told me I look good today. I put on this and I did this for you. That's another reason why she going to do the same thing too. So it's all about that ego stroking. Once you didn't stroke that when you met her, when you met him and you was stroking that, and then all of a sudden 6 months down the line, you stop stroking it. Oh, okay. They're going to find somebody else to stroke it again.
I can dig it. And you absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? And it really goes deep into, like I was telling Phats, it's a psychological thing. It's how we were raised, as you said earlier, just Danny. It's how we were raised. It's about also too the culture that we were brought up in.
Right.
You when you listen to as far as the young black males in the community, we grew up on hip hop, and they're very derogatory towards women. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you hear is bitch this, hoe that. And so you tend to devalue a woman's purpose, right? And so when you have young guys growing up like that, they tend to do the stupid shit that I just talked about, right? Because I want variety. But I've come to learn as a married man, as a father, that man, the best thing going is one woman, and love that woman, cherish that woman, treat that woman like a queen as she should be, and she will do that in return as far as her treating you like a king. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at in life. You know, I'm not perfect at anything. We all fall short in some ways. But I've done that in the past. Cheated not on my wife, but in other relationships when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? 17, 18, when I was a kid. But like the Bible say, when you're a kid, you think as a kid, but when you're an adult, you're supposed to think as an adult, right? And so I feel like that everybody, men and women, should hold themselves accountable. And then too, it comes to the fact of the matter: if you love that person, you don't want to hurt that person. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I love my wife unconditionally, and I would never want to torment her or hurt her and see her in that kind of position to where she's crying and unsure of herself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Behind the stupid shit I did. So that's how I look at it. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And so,
So
any last words on this topic right here, ladies?
nah, but let me ask you something, both of y'all. So let's get this real quick. I know we want to try to end it because you want to go to your game, you know.
Yeah, you know, I gotta go to the Phoenix Suns.
But
You
look,
dig?
we got one more question. One more question. Because you married. So we're gonna talk about in general before you was married, okay?
Yeah.
Why do men and women have a problem when it comes to the cell phones? So you don't want your man looking at what you got going on your cell phone. You don't want the passwords type stuff. Like I
Can I
never
go
locked my
first?
phone. I never locked my phone. Like if you had
Can I
to
go?
answer my phone, you answered my phone. But I don't understand.
Can I go first?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first, I'm gonna say this. If we talking about before I got married,
Yeah.
I'm too old. We didn't even have such fucking cell phones. Like we had cell phones, but like no, like I'm serious. Like if you had a cell phone, you was balling back then. Like nigga, that shit was like $5 a minute or something, right? So I can't really say before I was married because we didn't really have cell phones like that. Like they was just starting to pop right when I got married. Right, everybody didn't have a cell phone right when I got married. We had cell phones two ways. We had two ways. You going back too far now. She talking about pages. Hey, hell no. We had two ways, right? We had two ways and stuff. But anyway, to make a long story short, so I have no issue with my phone, right? My wife know all my passwords. I leave my phone laying around. I go get in the shower. My phone is in the room. I go to sleep. It's on the charger. I don't have it tucked under my pillow and all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? My phone is out. Her phone is out. Shit. Sometimes I'll be on the phone and I might be looking at some stuff, laughing and shit. Just grab it out my hand. Go ahead, look at it. I don't, go ahead. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
And she's not insecure. She just want to see my reaction to it. See if I'm like, hold on, no. And I do the same to her. She might be looking at some shit. I might grab it. What you looking at? And then she go ahead, look at it. You feel me? And so we
Yeah.
have that bond. We have that understanding. Like, cause it's. I mean, at this point, like I said, I've been with my wife for 16 years, going on 17 years. Man, we done been through it all. Like all that thinking that you cheating, I'm cheating her. We passed that. You know what I'm saying? We smooth sailing now. You dig what I'm saying? So that's my opinion.
That's what's up. What about you, Fats?
Um,
See,
I
look,
can't really say for myself, because I'm the type of person I'm giving out. If I listen, I didn't have a code on my phone, but when I put Apple Pay on my phone, I had to put a code on my phone, right? I was like, hey, yo, check this out. I had to put a code on my phone for whatever reason, and this is the code. Easy as a motherfucker. Should never forget it, okay? Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like people don't want people touching their phones because they got stuff to hide, whatever it might be,
yeah.
or they feel like it's their privacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just that type of an open person. My life seems like my life have been full of secrets and shit like that, to where I personally am just an open book. I don't have a reason to lie about something. Listen, I can't even keep a secret. I buy you a pair of tennis shoes. I'm gonna be like, listen,
Right.
I can't hold this in. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I just can't
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
this in.
yeah.
It's not me.
Right.
But for the most part, it's people, having things to hide, shit, and I wanted people to be in their business.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of not being able to be open, maybe they're not comfortable with they self. Ain't no telling what's going on. Maybe they looking at some gay porn, or maybe they doing something they ain't got no business doing. They don't want you in their business. Period.
Absolutely. That's what it is. Yep. So what's your opinion on it, Danny B? You posed the question. What's your answer?
I'm with y'all. I just, I never had that issue. So I just hear a lot of people like, oh, I lock my phone. I don't give out my password. And I'm like, but why? That's your man. That's your woman. So I don't understand what's the problem unless you really got something to hide. But I shouldn't have to second guess. Your phone should be sitting on that bed. And if I choose to pick it up and answer that phone for whatever number that's calling, they should know exactly who I am at any time. If it's your boys, your family, whoever it is. And if it's business, okay, I understand they ain't gonna know. But let me tell you, it should be the same way. If you answer my phone, they should know exactly who you are. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just hear that a lot, and it's an irritation thing. Because I'm like, why?
But if you're
Take the
just dating
passcode
though,
off and give them the passcode.
but if you're just dating though, right? Like, if you're dating someone and you having sex with them and stuff, but you just dating, like it's no commitment, then
Right.
they shouldn't
Dating is
have your
different.
password.
Dating is
Yeah.
different. But I'm just saying, if you're in a
Yeah.
committed relationship, that's
Right.
where it shouldn't
But a
be.
committed relationship to me is marriage. Like, and this is to the guys out there, man. Y'all with these women, y'all with them for 5, 6 years, and y'all ain't put no ring on the finger. Y'all out of line, bro. Like, go ahead and make that step. You know what I'm saying? Make
Stop
that
being
jump. Yeah, stop being scared to commit to these women, because a real commitment is a marriage, right? And then marriage might not be your thing, right? You might come from the African culture. You might say marriage is an American institution that I would not like to participate in. That's cool. That's fine. That's dandy, right? When you get into your history, you find out what it takes, what document, what spiritual ceremony you need to have, and you have it with your girl so she can feel like you committed to her more than just you saying you are.
That's what, like, a
You know what I mean?
reassurance. You put out,
Reassurance.
you get back what you put in, and people don't really understand. Like, for some women, for a woman that knows herself, and for a woman that values life on another level, when you really put into her, like, she gonna make sure y'all straight. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, man gonna do his part, but the one I said, the man is the head and the woman is the neck type of thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
y'all be selling yourself short in some aspects. Y'all gotta have faith that that things are going to work out as it is. But some people like to be greedy. Some people like variety, and they don't want to, sucker themselves into doing
Yeah.
some other shit. You feel me? So,
No,
but
for real.
at some point, I really do believe how they say, like, every successful man has a strong woman standing beside him or
Of
behind him, or
course,
however
of
that goes.
course,
Mm-hmm.
of
Y'all
course.
gotta be able to lock in, man. Y'all really do. Ain't nobody locked me down yet, but I'm waiting.
Hey, they tripping. They tripping. They need to get on board, right? All right, family. Right now, we're gonna go into commercial break. We'll be right back. What's good with y'all, family? So we back at it. Now we got a special clip we gonna play for y'all, and I'm gonna let Danny B, or just Danny, my bad, just Danny,
All right.
go ahead and tell y'all about it.
So because we into this relationship stuff, the why women and men cheat, and reason why I wanted to play this because Fats said something earlier, and what part of her quote was that it was something about that 18 years. It was something like that. So if we listen to that quote, it was something that Fats said early on that made me think of this video. So this came from Fences, Lord, yes, with Denzel Washington and Viola Davis, and this was like the most heartfelt part of this.
about baseball. We're talking about you going off and laying up with another woman and bringing it home to me. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about no baseball.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to explain it to you the best way I know how. It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life too. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think ever crossed my mind to want to know other men that I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so I could feel good. You're not the only one who's got wants and needs, but I held on to you, Troy. I took all my feelings, my wants and needs and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched and prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. But I held on to you, Troy. I held you tighter. You was my husband. I owed you everything I had, every part of me I could find to give you. And upstairs in that bedroom with the darkness falling in on me, I gave everything I had to try to erase the doubt that you wasn't the finest man in the world, and wherever you was going, I was going to be there with you because you was my husband. Because that's the only way I was going to survive as your wife.
Yeah, man, that speaks volumes right there. That speaks volumes right there. And all I can say as a man, after watching that, it's a song that comes to mind by Jaheim. Hey man, put your woman first, man. You better put that woman first. And I say that in all seriousness. I had to learn it, you know what I'm saying? So you young boys gotta learn it too. You gotta put that woman first, man. And there's nothing like it though. Once you do put your woman first, and the same thing go for women. You know, but once you put that your significant other first, your whole lifestyle changes, your whole world changes. It gets much better, honestly.
Bam.
Real talk, real talk. So look, this is a great discussion, man. I enjoyed myself, and we're gonna do a part 2 on this, right? And the part 2 is gonna be about how to keep your man, how to keep your woman. You get what I'm saying? That's part 2. That's coming next week. That's coming next week. And so with that being said, before we go, I want to let y'all know the CultureGang.com merch site is up. Y'all go check that out. If y'all want to follow me, go to Instagram, iten_L_Bay on Instagram. If you want to follow the podcast on Instagram, it's the Culture Effect Podcast, at the Culture Effect Podcast on Instagram, or at CultureAffectTV on Instagram. And as always, the Culture Effect TV on YouTube. Ladies.
All right. On Instagram, y'all can follow me at spiritual_goddess_woman. I got a couple TikToks going up. My TikTok is spiritual goddess number 47. Spiritual goddess 4 and 7. And that's where y'all can find me.
All right, and then you guys already know you can find me at Split78 on IG and TikTok. Bam.
Yeah, and all those links will be in the description of this video. Culture Gang, we up out of here, man. You know what it is. Peace, peace, family. Deuces.
Gang, gang.
Gang.